Tottenham Hotspur 4, Southampton 1. An absolute spellbinding, brilliant start to the Premier League season for Antonio Conte, Harry Kane, Kulusevski, Son and co. Goals from Sessegnon, a crazy own goal to boot. Eric Dyer and Kulusevski, of course. This man is a sensation. An absolute sensation. A brilliant signing. In fact, they missed out on Luis Diaz. They got the better deal, Tottenham. They got the better deal. He's been a better signing. He's been a better player. Spurs look serious this year. Smash the like, smash the share button. The only place to be for rival chat. Let's go!
Oh, absolutely magnificent.
What a start to the Premier League weekend we have had so far. Arsenal looking good. Liverpool dropping a few points. Spurs, they started slowly. They conceded. But my word, they were brilliant. Always got to put your hands up. You always got to say how you think and feel. Spurs were brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. They moved the ball well. They attacked brilliantly. They were dominant. They didn't get shook. You know, the only better thing than that today was seeing Steven Gerrard get beat. But Spurs were very, very good. Very, very resolute. Very, very much at it today. Dominated in every single area of the pitch. More possession, more chances created, better pass completion, better on the eye. Every element of Spurs' game was superior. And that was without any of the new signings starting the game. And they were excellent. They really, really were. And look, a lot of people are going to get at me. Oh, you said they're going to come fifth. Listen, I still put Chelsea above them this year. I still put Liverpool and still put City above them. Them and Arsenal, it's debatable. My head's with Arsenal right now. But I've never once said that Spurs are going to be a bad team. I never once said that Spurs are going to be crap. Never once said that Spurs are not going to play good football. This is a fallacy if anybody tries to twist my words into it. But they were excellent today. And flop of the season was great too. But Cooley, what a player. Son and Kane, not even on the score sheet. Well, that's what's also key today. You're absolutely right, by the way, when it comes to talking about Kane and Son. If Spurs can start winning games on a more regular basis, whereby those two are not the main goal scorers, where other people are kind of picking up that slack, that puts Spurs in a very different light. That puts Spurs into a very, very different situation. And the reason it puts them into a very, very different situation, a very, very different conversation, is because they've carried you for a long, long time, especially from the goals point of view. So I completely agree with you there, Jerome. And Perisic came on and looked good. Remember what I said about Perisic? I think he's a good player, but people just telling me he's going to be as good as Andy Robertson. I just can't accept it. But he looked very, very good today indeed. Watch Terry flip-flop. I won't flip-flop. If Spurs prove me wrong, they prove me wrong. I'll put my hand up and say I'm wrong. I won't die on a hill, though. I've seen a few YouTubers recently die on hills. They get things wrong. It's proven they're wrong, and they still keep fighting that battle. I'm just too big a man. I'm too strong. I'm too powerful. I'm too sure of myself to not hold my hands up and say when I'm wrong. And we'll see what happens. But Spurs are brilliant today. What a game today, Terry. Very good performance. Come on, you Spurs. That's from Josh Smith. I agree. Very good performance from Tottenham today. You can't get away from how good a performance that was for Tottenham Hotspur. Absolutely brilliant in every single which way. Jacobs here says Southampton were bad. Let me just say here, Champagne Saturday. I finished champagne now, so I'm on to my favourite, the old vodka. So I'm having a few little drinky poos. But let me just say this. Southampton were bad because Spurs were so brilliant. Southampton were not bad because they didn't turn up. Southampton weren't bad because of any other reason other than Tottenham were sensational. They were sensational today. You cannot get away from it. On fire. And on top of that, you've got Kulusevski. Now, I want to talk Kulusevski because people often think I say these things because I don't do agendas. I swear to you on my life, I don't do agendas. I just give you my opinion. And I do mean this. I'm not saying Kulusevski is or is not better than is or is not better than Luis Diaz. That is for you to decide. My opinion doesn't matter on that. What I am stating is for Tottenham, Kulusevski has been a better signing. The amount of goals, the amount of assists, the amount of openings, the amount of creativity that this man has had since joining the Premier League is sensational. And he wasn't fashionable. He wasn't somebody that was brilliant on Football Manager, didn't have a great FIFA card. Therefore, football Twitter didn't necessarily respect him. But what he has done since joining Tottenham has been nothing short of sensational. Nothing short of sensational. He looks a baller. He has output. Now, someone who's good technically and got output is better than any eye test merchant you're ever going to see. Now, if you've got a winger out there that, oh my God, look at the drag back, look at the step overs, look at the Cruyff turn, but there's no goals, there's no assists, he's a bum. He's a bum. You're a bum. If you're a professional boxer and you can bob, weave, you do little foot shuffles, you got a great jab, but you can't beat anyone, you're a bum. You're a bum. Kulusevski is the opposite to that. This guy has output. Output over ability every day of the week. But you know what's great about Kulusevski? He's got ability and output. That makes him a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous animal. Very, very good player indeed. Vieira, Gerrard, and hopefully Lamps to go down. Can you imagine? It won't happen, but can you imagine? There'd be a little bit of banter in there, wouldn't there? My brother's back. I'm so glad the season's back. I love seeing the match reaction crew come back to these shows. Terry is not a flip-flop because he knows there is no denying that Spurs have lost 11 games last season. We cannot be overhyped. We say we are going to win the league or finish 12 points above Chelsea. That's all I'm talking about. I think that talk is crazy. Do I think Spurs are in the top 4 race? Yes, they are. 110%. 100 with a capital U, bruv. 100% in that race, without a doubt. And great chance of doing it. Great chance of doing it, of course. Another brother from another mother. My guy, Josh King here, says Arsenal fans were praying that Kulusevski was a half-season wonder. Nope. He will be PFA Young Player of the Year and outdo Saka with his eyes closed. Do you know what's interesting with Kulusevski? And I mean this in a nice way. He is only 22 years old, but he looks really old. Like, I bet you when he was 15 years old, he was the guy buying the alcohol for his friends on the Friday night. You know them guys that were like looking like they were 25 when they were 15? That's Kulusevski. He looks old. The ginger hair, got the stubble. He looks like an old man. Do you know what I mean? If he grew the hair a bit longer, it'd be a dead ringer for Ed Sheeran. But he's only 22. There's so much more to come from this young man. There really, really is. There really, really is. I agree with you there, Josh. Hope you're well, my friend. It'd be good to catch up soon. Been a long time. Maria Williams in the house. How you doing, Maria Williams? Long time no see. Really good. By the way, if we hit 850 likes while we're live, I am going to gift out another 20 memberships. The first piece of membership content is out, by the way. So if you're a member, go and check that out when you're finished here today. Please go and do that for us. Very, very important indeed. Yes, exactly. You see, this guy's my age. Kulusevski buying the White Lightning cider. Yeah, White Lightning's like £1.50 for like a 2-litre bottle of cider. That's what we used to drink. How the shops didn't know that these grown-ups were buying it for kids, it was unbelievable. But yes, that's it. That is it. Damn Spurs are really going to win the league, is what Neek Sports has got to say. Ooh. Ooh. Does anyone think Spurs are winning the league? I want to ask you that question now. Does anybody think Spurs are legitimately winning the league? I'm not asking that to be facetious. I'm not asking that to set anybody up. Does anybody see him doing it, challenging, being in the running? I'd love to know. Let me know. Let me know now. Neeks thinks they are. Remember, Neek Sports has said Spurs are winning the league. That's what he said there, people. That is what he said. Oh, he's bottled it. He's bottled it. Neeks has bottled it, people. He doesn't want to go on that one. Doesn't want to go on it. No backbone, Neeks. I'm only joking, my guy. Let's have a little look here. Tell Tottenham can win the league pains me to say it, this as an Arsenal fan. Young Tommy thinks he's going to win the league or can win the league. Of course, they can win the league, but it would take 4 other teams to not be good enough. But they can. I'm only joking. We're gonna get George on in a minute to have his say. Of course, happy with that performance today. Who did I see? I just see someone's face I recognize. Maria Williams says no, but I think we got 3rd place. No fight for top 4. You see, a lot of Spurs fans have said that, like top 4 shoe-in guarantee. And maybe they will have it. Maybe they will, hold it down and get it done. What do I know? I'm just like you. I'm a football fan. That's all I am. Someone said that to me the other day. They were like, do you think you know more about football than other football fans? I was like, no. I just got a bigger mouth. Maybe a little bit more articulate. Of course, better looking than 95% of the population. That's a fact. I'm attractive to young ladies, older ladies, men, animals like me. I'm just one of those people that every type of person goes, oh, look at him. So it's just a joke. It's a joke. I don't mean it. A little bit. I do mean it a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. Now the hairline's come back as well. Like it's all good. Terry, why did you post Arsenal top of the league? No, I didn't. Did I? Maybe it was satire. I don't like the league table shouldn't be posted until after 5 games. I've said that for many, many years, just because it's crazy. But when you're a small club, like if like I remember when Reading were top of the league, I remember when Wimbledon were top of the league, I remember when Spurs go top of the league after winning a game. Like when you're a small club and you go top of the now, when you're a small club, like you like seeing your name up there, but when you're one of the big boys, like no Spurs fans going to see their name top today and go, oh, we're going to stay there for the rest of the season. Because Spurs fans are not delusional. They're not delusional whatsoever. Clips Terry. Oh, yeah, by the way, check out the Football Terrace Clips channel. If you ain't watching the Football Terrace Clips channel, you're crazy. Great stuff on there. Kulusevski to outperform Diaz. He already has. For 6 months. 6 months he's outperformed him for. I was trying to get the statistics, but transfer market's gone down. That's crashed. Terry is the waffle god. It's funny, actually, you say that, because every time I'm with your mum, in the morning, she makes me waffles. Bit of fruit, bit of cream. I'm not saying where the cream... I'm not going that far. Right, anyway. Terry, clips. What did you say, KJ? You wrote something else about clips. Terry, could you do it on a cold, rainy Tuesday night in Stoke? Brother, I could do it anywhere. This man's got skills. Drunk Terry. I'm not. Drunk Terry is sus. I'm not. I'm just having a laugh, mate. I'm not even drunk. Do you know the maddest thing is, on a real level, I'm not drunk. I can speak completely normally, completely fine. Just having a bubble. Start of the Premier League weekend. This is my culture. Football. This is it. People ask me that. One guy, a friend of mine asked me that. He's a German guy. He's like, I'm not going to put his accent on. His name's Dirk. He's like, what's your culture? I just said football and drinking and bacon sandwiches. Do you know what I mean? Don't fuck it up and if you put tomato sauce on a bacon sandwich, just get out of my life. Weirdos, freaks. But there we go. Nothing wrong with my audio. The audio's all good. Right, I'm bringing George on to have his say. Big up, my brother. How are you?
Terry, man. The sun is shining. The weather is sweet. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the win, just like I thought I would. I got my Magnum here. Just as you said, having a little drink, just enjoying the bubble. The first game of the weekend. It's Jamaican Independence Day. To shout out to everyone who's from Jamaica. We're enjoying it nice, but an amazing performance. I can't lie. Statement performance. We showed you guys just the quality and the gulf of what we don't need our signings to start. Terry, I told you guys, everyone's kept analysing the signings and saying they aren't that good. Are they these big players? Are they this? Are they that? We didn't need them today. We didn't need Kane. We didn't need Son. We just needed our players to step up and just show everyone what they can do when we're just playing in second and third gear. All-round team performance, very good, very whole. Sessegnon, what can I say? He's showing the signs and the continued improvement, and why Conte has started to believe in him from when he first came here. He pretty much been regular and was like, Sess is my man. And you can see why. Unfortunate not to get the offside goal. It was a great finish, but very happy with that. Onto other performers, Kulusevski. I saw you mentioned, and someone just before I came in, they were talking about him and Diaz. There really is no comparison anymore. Like 6-7 months down the line, Kulusevski just continues to get better and better. And you can see even when Kane and Son ain't stepping up to the level, he's the man that's just going to take our team forward. And when people were questioning whether Richarlison's here to take his spot, there's absolutely no chance. This guy's one of the first names on the team sheet. Absolutely carried us at times today. And that peach of a ball for that first cross into Sessegnon was amazing. Shout out to Southampton, though. I always like to give props and credit where's credit's due. Lavia, their left back, who's replacing for Tino Livramento, he had a very good performance. He kept Kane a bit sound out today. Kane had a few chances. He wasn't too integral, but I don't really mind. I'm not really going to get onto the big players like him and Son, because when we put in a performance like that without them playing so good, again, you just need to. It just shows the improvement, and I'm looking forward to seeing the signings play as the weeks come on. But I'm very happy that you can see the big difference in our team and what an Antonio Conte pre-season does for these players. It just makes such a big difference.
Mate, you did look very, very good today. And whatever my opinion is in terms of predictions for the season, I don't kind of do the whole agenda thing by like looking for negatives in it. You were absolutely sensational. And just on Luis Diaz versus Kulusevski, 14 league appearances for Diaz, 3 assists, 4 goals. So like 50% return on that. You look at Kulusevski, 18 appearances, 6 goals, 9 assists. So you're talking there 15 in 18. You know, he's literally 3 goal contributions away from having a 100% ratio in the Premier League. That's actually similar levels to the first 18, 19 games that Bruno Fernandes had in the Premier League. Like what Kulusevski is doing, and he's playing well. Kulusevski isn't having crap games and then scoring a goal at the end of it. He's playing well and scoring, playing well and assisting. And yeah, look, he looks sensational. And I'm seeing a lot of Spurs fans say clear of Saka. What's your take on that?
Do you know what? Yeah, I don't like to throw these comparisons out really early, because I know he's only been in the Premier League for 6 months and people are going to say Saka's been doing it for years. But if you're looking at his body of work from this short amount of period of time, I think he's shown that at the moment he's more complete than Saka in his game. I don't know about their potential-wise and who's got more potential. I do think that Saka over the years has a lot of potential to improve, and he's a really, really good player. So I don't want to slight him in any way. But Kulusevski, man, I just think that what he brings to his game, his football knowledge, you can tell is a lot better. And just his ability to go from the left to the right and just change it up. It just shows more maturity to his game. So I prefer Kulusevski, and I'd say that I'd prefer him in my team. I think he's a better player at the moment. But with regards to their potentials, we'll see who takes their teams on in the next couple of years. But Saka's got a big thing to do this season, and hopefully he can keep Arsenal up there with the big boys like us, because all this talk about their new signings and so on, Saka's the man that's got to lead them forward.
Exactly, bro. Listen, George, great chatting to you, my friend. Enjoy your day, enjoy your drink. Happy Independence Day as well, brother. And we'll speak again soon, my guy. Take care, brother.
Shout out to everyone.
Take care, my man. Listen, we want your thoughts, we want your feelings on the football terrace. That is what we want. Remember to smash the like button. Remember to subscribe to the Football Terrace as well. We have a super chat here. Dan says, Terry, is there a link? Yes, it's pinned into the live comment section, my guy. You are backstage. I can see you as well. Terry is very much a football manager. Terry, he's very much a football manager. Sorry, he's very much good in Football Manager. Fair enough. I don't play computer games. I'm a grown man. I've got a job. I've got kids. You know, I make money. I know what you do, by the way, David. I know your stories at uni. I know what you're doing at night. Right, first on the show, we're going to get young Daniel's coming on, Sarah. Daniel's son is here. What are you saying, my friend?
Oh, I'm on cloud nine. We're playing fantastic football. We've got, in my opinion, the best manager in the world at the moment. Man, I'm on cloud nine. I can't be feeling any better at the moment.
Best manager in the world right now. Wow.
Yeah. You look at the clubs right now at the moment. Let's say Conte has this Manchester City side. I think with the budget that Manchester City has and the players that he has, he wins the Champions League. And Pep has been struggling at the moment. I think Pep is a very good manager, but I rate Conte extremely highly. And with everything above that, the players that we have at the moment, Kulusevski is fantastic. Son, he was a little bit off it today, but I'm sure he's going to get back to it. And honestly, I'm so excited for the season. I think we could go for big things. Maybe a title race is a bit of a stretch, but I don't think we're in the mix between like the likes of Man United, Chelsea, and Arsenal. I think we're comfortably in the top 3.
So you think you're kind of clear of everybody else? It'll kind of be City, Liverpool, then you, then everybody else.
Yeah, that's what I think.
It's a great take. I want to get your opinions on Kulusevski. Another brilliant performance from him. More outputs from him. Nearly 100% ratio in the Premier League. What's your thoughts?
No, Kulusevski is a baller. Kulusevski got a lot of slate when he came in. They started calling him the Juventus reject and all that. Man, he's really proven everyone wrong. And he's so unpredictable. He's one of those wingers that it's impossible to defend. He could go out and he could cross the ball. He could cut in and shoot. He's a fantastic winger, and I think we finally found a winger to not match completely, but a little bit closer to the level of Son and Kane. Now we've got a very balanced front 3 line, and I'm with Conte now. This club is going to go in the right direction at the moment, and I'm just extremely excited for the season.
Matt, listen, I think Spurs fans have got a lot to be excited about in relation to the future. There's a great feel-good factor. There's a happiness within your squad as well. There really is. Dan, appreciate all your support and coming on and having your say. Top man. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Next on the show, Orchie's here with us. What you saying, bro?
Hi, Terry. Nice to speak to you again.
No, it's been a while. It's nice seeing all the match reaction faces come back. It really, really is. Give me your views, brother. Great performance, great result. Brilliant start to the season.
Yeah, fantastic. I think, you couldn't have asked for more. Could have had more goals, obviously. I mean, if you watch the whole of the game, good start. And I'm really encouraged by the fact that, I mean, you mentioned it yourself. I mean, we did this pretty much with none, especially, I mean, the game is already done with pretty much the same team that we finished last season with. So a lot of the new signings didn't really, I mean, they came in and they've done, they had a nice few minutes on the pitch, but essentially the guys that actually finished off the game were, our signings from obviously I think Bentancur and Kulusevski. Kulusevski is just fantastic. I'm just so happy for him because I thought, with the signing of Richarlison, he might have been a little bit disheartened maybe, or, you just don't know. But, pretty much the guys that did it, and they just, our guys just look really strong, really up for it. And it's exciting times, like some of the other previous guys have said. Fantastic start. Couldn't have asked for more.
It certainly is a fantastic start. How do you see Spurs this season going? Like, there's people talking title charge, comfortable top four battle. Where do you see it?
I think it's way too early. I've got to be honest with you. But I do think that now that Conte's had a pre-season, I feel it depends on what Chelsea do in the next couple of weeks. I really think going back to the last couple of weeks with sort of, because they have been struggling to get players in. And I really feel that we are, I don't know, I feel like we could take third place from them because obviously the favourites are still City and Liverpool for top 2. But then looking at the way Liverpool were today, I mean, obviously it's the first game of the season. I mean, it's a long season. It's going to be a strange season with the World Cup in the middle of it, taking a break. But looking at even, the likes of Liverpool, who, they struggled today. I mean, I would love it. I think with Richarlison, with Bissouma, if they really do well, if they come on well, I think, I honestly, I think we could even push Liverpool for second. I'm not saying we'll do it, but I mean, I'll be more than happy if come the end of the season, right? And we have pushed City and Liverpool, like we finish third, but say 3 or 4 points behind Liverpool and City, not without, closing that gap. And let's say we've reached the latter stages of all the cup competitions that we're going to be in. I think that's progress, don't you? What do you think? Don't you think that would be even winning the FA Cup or a Carling Cup even? Don't you think that would be a massive
if you win
progress for Spurs?
If you do those things and you win a cup, it's one of the best seasons you've had in the last 50 years of football.
Yeah.
like this right. I mean, if you ended up coming second and winning an FA Cup, that's the best performance you've had. That's the best you've done since Bill Nicholson.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about, and that's not a dig at Spurs. That's 50, 60 years higher. Like, and then you want to go to that next level. If Spurs are able to pull that off, then it kind of vindicates the likes of Harry Kane staying and Son signing new deals. So yeah, I get the hype and I get the anticipation, I get the excitement as well. And the squad's there, the money's been spent. You've got a world-class manager. Spurs like Chelsea, like Liverpool, like City. Anything other than making the top 4 comfortably and winning a trophy this season for Spurs is failure, because you're good. You've got to do it. So yeah, I completely agree. Orchi, great talking to you, my friend. We'll definitely chat more throughout the course of this season, buddy.
We'll definitely.
Top man. Thank you. Sorry, but I didn't mean to hang up so quickly. I'm very, very sorry. I'm sorry. Next on the show, Jerome is here with us. What you saying, brother?
Hey, Terry, how's it going?
I'm good, my man. I'm good.
That's great. I'm doing great. It's a great start for the season. And what I love the most is the intensity is back. This is what I missed the most over 3 goddamn years with Mourinho and frigging Nuno. But now it's all back again. The intensity is all back. I could see it. And the second half, the way Bentancur ran back to get that ball, that was the Pochettino team. That was the Tottenham team with the full intensity that it was before. That's what I wanted to see. But today was just a game that we said we had to win. But next week, this is the real test. We're going to Chelsea. We lost to them 4 times in 1 season. Let's see how we go there. If you guys are talking about like challenging for the league and finishing easily in top 4, if we can't beat Chelsea, don't talk to me about top 4. Don't talk to me about challenging the league. We have to be going there and make a statement. If we can't do that, don't talk about top 4 and don't talk about winning the league. That's definitely not a thing to talk about. We have to go to Chelsea and make a statement. But if that doesn't happen and we lose again to Chelsea, I am not here to be talking about top 4 winning the league. That's not happening. Because for sure, that's definitely going to be all the top 6 teams that's going to come. We're going to lose against them. That's for sure. We have to make a statement next week. And that needs to happen.
I totally get that. I totally get where you're coming from when you say that, my friend. I really, really do. Look, I mean, I want to ask you about Kulusevski. What's your stance on him and how good he is?
Oh, man, what a player. Look, the thing is with him, when we signed him, I knew he's built for this league. He's built for it. And the way he's been playing for the last 6 months and now with his game, I think he's up his level. In this game, he's up his level. This season, I think he's going to up his level even more. He's dangerous. He's going to be dangerous. And he's still young, but a dangerous young player. He's amazing. I'm just looking forward to what he can bring to us. I'm like, even Kane and Son, they were poor today. They were poor. Both of them were not that great. But Kulusevski just increased their game that much better. He made that attack so much better than both of them could do. And this is the first time we could say we did not have to rely on both of them. We had other players that would score goals for us, which is even better. So
yeah. I didn't think they were as poor as that, but I get where you're coming from. That the fact that other people stood up, scored goals, created chances, dominated play is absolutely imperative. Jerome, always a pleasure. I want to say a big thank you again for coming back this season, supporting.
No worries.
And you know, being a member, super chatting, and all that jazz, mate, means a great deal to me. It really does. Chat to you soon, my guy. All the best.
See ya.
Thank you very much indeed.
Right. Bye.
Thank you. We're going to hear from Aguna next. We're going to get Aguna on the show next. But before I do that, I want to say a big shout out to our title sponsors today at Private Internet Access. You should be using a VPN when you are on the internet, protecting all your data, protecting all your details, and everything surrounding that. Thank you. Card details, thumbprints, mother's maiden name, your dog's maiden name, whatever it may be. Put it on all your devices, maintain all your content, built-in ad blockers, and much, much more. And it's as cheap as £1.63 per month. One of the things that I really get great out of it, it keeps my I've been using it since I moved into this new place and into this new studio space, and it keeps the stream so clear of interference. It's unbelievable. So it's very, very good, especially if you want to be a streamer. Now, next on the show, we've got young Tommy. He's an Arsenal fan What is he going to say? By the way, scan the QR code or click on the link in the description to sign up now. Young Tommy's here. What you saying, mate?
I'm all right, Tel. How are you, man?
I'm very, very well. I'm very good. What's on your mind?
Tottenham are looking good. Like, obviously Southampton obviously scored first, but Tottenham got back to it, and Tottenham are looking good. I actually, even though I can't stand these lot, I believe they can win a trophy this season. I think they can end their 14 trophy that because they do need something. They have to win a trophy. Like, this is their time to win something, and I can see them. I'm gonna be honest, I can see them challenging for the title. Like, I'm sick of people saying I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I'm just being honest. I can see them challenging. I just don't want them to do it. But I think they can challenge Liverpool and Man City, and they can challenge Liverpool for second. They could, because Liverpool obviously dropped points, but obviously it's the first game of the season, still a long way to go. I think Tottenham can challenge, but yeah, like Jerome says, Chelsea away, that's a test for them, and their record at the Bridge is not that good. So if they beat, they have to beat Chelsea next week and see how it goes between them. But that's the thing; it's a test for them at the Bridge, isn't it? But Tottenham are looking good. Kane, Son, Kulusevski, they're all looking good. Conte, obviously one of the best managers. Obviously, I'd probably say top 3 in it. But yeah, Tottenham are looking. Painful to say it, these lot are just looking good, isn't it? But obviously, hopefully they can have a great season. But like, painful to say it, I think Tottenham are looking good, bro.
Mate, they look good today. Of course, they can have a good season. It would be absolutely criminal to say they couldn't. Whether people will or won't. But I think Arsenal are going to be there or thereabouts. Don't write Chelsea off. Opening day results are not the be all and end all. I think, as Jerome just said a few moments ago, keep your feet on the ground, as it were.
One more thing, we're looking good as well. It was a hard fought win against a good Crystal Palace team. I was nervous because second half they dominated us. Odegaard should have done better. My dad got irritated thinking, why didn't he shoot? I said to my dad, I'm still not convinced on Odegaard, but he should be doing better. And Martinelli should have finished our chance, but it was a good header. But it was a good, hard-fought win against a good Crystal Palace team. I was nervous about this game as Jess as well. I was proper nervous about a good Crystal Palace team. But I'm looking forward to the season. Hopefully we can get top 4. Hopefully we can get 3rd or 4th, but still a long way. Hopefully we can, because we got Leicester at home next week. So Leicester are kind of weak for me. So we have to beat them. We have to beat Leicester next week because they are looking weak for me. So yeah, hopefully we can beat them next week.
I hear you. This is young Tommy. Great points being raised there, my friend. Thank you very much indeed for phoning in and having your say. Top man. Thank you. Next up, Abdul's with us. What are you saying, Abdul?
Not much. I'm doing good, man. Do you hear me?
I can hear you perfect, brother. Give me your thoughts on that opening day performance and win by your Tottenham.
Yeah, when I seen like the first 15 minutes, it was kind of like, here we go again. Every Tottenham fan was so excited. And then when the first 15 minutes happened, Emerson Royale preventing the cross from coming in, Højbjerg misjudging the air of the ball, flew over his head, and James Ward-Prowse scoring against us like what he always does. But then I guess it was kind of typical for what Tottenham usually do. Tottenham's usually very good at, retaliating right back. Like usually right after the other team scores, we will have like a 5-minute spell where we're just going like all out attack. We're just putting all of our force. And we came back, and it's good to see that we're having these unusual scores, because this is what we're going to need to do. We're going to need to have more goals coming from our wing backs, from our defenders, from our midfield. All of our goals can't come from the front 3. It's not really sustainable. You want your front 3 to contribute, a majority of the goals, like 50% and above, but you still need a lot of goals from your wing backs. And I'm really excited. I'm really happy for our wing backs. Like, obviously we got 2 new wing backs in Jet Spence and Ivan Perisic. A lot of people thinking Ivan Perisic is going to be like our wing back to start, but Sessegnon's really putting up one of his great performances, and this is what we need. When players come in, whenever we buy players that are expected to start over you, you shouldn't just drop your performance because you think Antonio Conte is going to start them. This is your time to put up your best performance. And now you're making our team a lot more stronger. So like, even when we're facing Chelsea next week, if we do play Ryan Sessegnon instead of Ivan Perisic, again, nobody's going to really be angry because, really Sessegnon deserves to start because he had a great performance. Yeah. And if Ivan Perisic plays, it's because he's better. And I think the same for our right wing back. Emerson Royale he got an assist today. He played decent. I think he still needs to be a lot more attacking. I think just like that mechanic of him as a player, he seems to he seems to really he's more prone to defending because again it's a lot harder to change a right back to a right wing back as opposed to Sessegnon, who was playing a lot of right wing, right mid in Fulham. So him playing as a right wing back, it's a lot more of like a natural, like a seamless transition of the position. So, but again for next week, like I know a lot of people will probably play the same wing back, but I'll probably just throw in Jet Spence, even though it's really risky. But and from last year, we've seen that Jet Spence seems to pick up his performances
Yeah.
against the big Premier League
Bigger,
teams. He
bigger
seems to have
teams.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He seems to have that in him.
Look, I think it's really interesting. I mean, Maria Williams here just says that next week is a massive test to see what happens. Last season we
Yeah.
took points from City and Liverpool, so you'll never say never. As you
Exactly.
say, I think you'll be away next week, won't you?
Yeah, it's at Stamford Bridge.
Go
Yeah.
to Stamford Bridge, put in a good performance, get a draw, get a win, and I think the world will be looking at Spurs very, very differently.
Exactly.
Indeed,
Like
I really and truly believe that they will.
this
They really, really
is
will.
yeah, this is like because again, we have a terrible record against not only just Stamford Bridge, just Chelsea in general. They seem to slap us even in our home. So like this is our time. Like at this point, I know it seems harsh, but I'm only expecting a win. I think a draw would even kind of be a failure because now it's time to stamp your authority. This is time where now Tottenham you have to end the season above Chelsea. It's time to truly show Chelsea that you're kind of moving to that next level. And a lot of our players like Bentancur had a great performance today. But we've constantly said this before, like so many times, like even in the past previous years, when like Tonga and Ndombele would have a great run of stretch, and then whenever we would face a good team like Chelsea, they would just be quiet. So now it's time for these players like I'm Bentancur and like Hoiberg was okay, but I expect him to start next week because it's a safer option. But these players have to step up. Son always has a pretty bad performance against Chelsea. It's now time for him to step up. Harry Kane, you got to put up a better performance. So like the pressure is on Tottenham now, and I know usually this is when they crumble, but you have no choice. You have to stand up tall, and you have to because you can say what you want about Chelsea, but Chelsea always seems to, whenever like a big moment comes by, they complete the mission. They always do their job, and now for
Mate,
Tottenham, you have to.
in 20 years, pretty much they have. Abdul, great call, my friend. Thanks for coming on and having your say. Nice to see you again, my guy, after 3
Yeah,
months.
yeah,
We'll speak to
yeah.
you again soon. All right, brother. All the best.
Peace.
I have to say that the last couple of days have been great. I love getting the match reaction crew back together, all the people that want to phone in and have their say. We have some super chats here I want to go to. First one from my brother, Jerome. Says, to my guys, George and Patrick, I respect you boys and I love how much you defend the club on the terrace, but you boys need to calm down. Let's take this one game at a time. Delhi on the bench when Everton have no forwards. This guy's earning a wage is a disgrace. Sorry, not top 6 conversation. Who Everton? No. Dele Alli. No, you're absolutely right there, my friend. Listen, everyone who's tuned in today, thank you. We're live after Everton versus Chelsea. We will be back. Make sure like buttons are smashed. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace. Take care. Goodbye. God bless.